Hey my swole subs, what is up guys? First of all, I would like to say I apologize severely for not making video for literally like the past 2 weeks. Don't get me wrong, I have really wanted to make a video, but seriously, my school has been taking up like all of my free time, and my friends have been wanting to hang out with me constantly, so I've literally had like no free time to make videos at all. I've literally, as you guys can see from my Runescape account, I've literally leveled up like nothing in the past 2 weeks. Like I got, I think probably around 500k Runecrafting XP, and that was mostly from a few days, and most of that was probably right after I made my last video, so I wasn't really rushed to make a video. I didn't really have anything else to talk about, but yeah, I guess we'll just update you guys on my stats since, you know, why not? I haven't made a video in a long ass time anyways. But mostly what's changed on my account so far is my my overall just bank. I would say my bank is roughly 250 mil now or so. I ended up selling my AGS, so that's why I have 95 mil cash. But I will probably get that back sometime. I made a 3 mil profit on it, so why not, I guess. And yeah, so right now I'm going for basically 98 attack. I don't know if I'm going to go for 99. I'm probably just going to stop at 98 for a while, and go back to Runecrafting, just because Runecrafting is basically really AFK and really easy to do. And honestly, I just like to relax, watch Naruto on the side, and, you know, play RuneScape with the time. You know, I'm not making videos and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, there are a lot more updates than just that. I gotta say, there were 2 major polls that have been passed in this week and 2 weeks, I think. And one of them was basically about the new skill. I was gonna make a video on me recording, you know, what that was about and stuff. Basically, I believe Artisan was the one that was passing by far. I didn't check up on it, but I recently just voted on the next poll. But Artisan, I was actually going to say which one I voted for. I think I voted for Forestry, because all the other ones kind of sounded like a really boring skill in my opinion. And Forestry just sort of sounded, honestly, kind of like a, you go and you like take care of like little patches and you get like rewards, and it kind of felt like more of a farming skill, where Artisan kind of felt more like a Slayer skill, but with like miscellaneous skills and stuff. So I don't know, I just feel like getting rewarded for training other skills kind of sounds a bit sketchy, but I guess people preferred Artisans, and it had like the very large majority of the votes going towards it. So I guess I'm fine with Artisans. It would have been my second choice anyways. And yeah, I read the whole article that the J mods posted. So I was kind of informed, but you know, I didn't read through the whole thing. I just kind of read little snippets to understand, you know, what they were. Anyways, the second poll was about the GE, and I just voted for that right now. Sadly, it doesn't look like it's going to. Oh, okay, it's gonna pass as far as the GE part, but for whatever reason, they didn't just make it, you know, do you want an exchange system instead of trading? They made it like all these different little things you could vote on. So either it was, you know, if you want a trade system, yes or no, which I think that one passed. So that's good. We have a trade system, I'm pretty sure. Unless there are lots more people that vote and say no, which I do not recommend. I don't want to make a whole, you know, video on why I prefer the GE over no GE, because I think most people, it's pretty common sense at this point why we should have a GE, because it's just trading's a bitch now, and I would personally prefer to just be able to put something in and get my money back in the next few days. So anyways, that's just my opinion, and I think it's pretty bad to support botters, because basically all trading is right now is just a bunch of botters spam merching, and it's impossible to sell anything. If you see someone auto-typing and you're not an auto-typer, and you're trying to sell what they're selling, even if you're going to sell it lower than them, it's still hard for anyone to see your fucking name in the first place. So it's just not worth it to sit there and type a million times. Anyways, so basically it had it sectioned off into like little things, so to be yes or no, and then it'd be, okay, if you want it to, do you want it to last for more than 6 hours, and be yes or no. I think that one didn't pass, or isn't passing right now. So yeah, it's very weird. I wish they just, like, you know, put it in, do you want a different trading system, and then, you know, we could work out the difference anyways. But I kind of feel like the community on 07 is very, like, split as far as what we want for the GE. And personally, I don't really see why you wouldn't want the GE unless you were one of those bot merchers who, you know, likes to make their money off of spam merching stuff. So I mean, if you are one of those people, you know, it doesn't bother me that much, but it does make it very hard for other people who aren't trading that way to, you know, sell anything. And it's kind of a dick move to just be like, you know, well, then what you need to download AutoTyper and do it yourself, because nobody wants to sit there and merch for fucking hours. I mean, me with Runecrafting, I make approximately 1.4, 1.5 mil an hour doing that when I'm, you know, paying attention to it pretty avidly, which I don't do quite often. But when I do, you know, 1.5 mil an hour, if I'm trying to sell something, like for example, just yesterday I was selling Slayer, some Slayer stuff that I got, and I was trying to sell Dragon Plate Legs. There's someone selling for like 250K, and I was just trying to just get rid of it, so I was gonna sell it for anything like 200K even. I realized it was gonna take longer for me to sell it, and I would have been making more profit just elking it and then going to Runecraft. So that's what I did, because it's just literally not worth it. But if I would have been able to put that in a GE and, you know, sell it, I would have actually profited more. So I don't know. I feel like it's a good system, because the people who are actually going to, you know, want to make it, or want to sell stuff legit can, you know, and I don't have to sit there and fucking deal with a bunch of autotypers and stuff like that. So I'm kind of disappointed the way it's passing. And then they have this thing where it's just basically sort of, it sounds like more of a Zybez thing at first, because they have it so if you want to just automatically have the transaction like the GE, or if you want to, you know, be able to just, let's say this guy's buying it and you're selling it, so, you know, you two should meet up, sort of thing, which is what it sounds like to me. And yeah, I'm kind of, you know, I wish they would have done basically just exactly put in the GE, but, you know, at least it's a step forward, and, you know, maybe they're gonna make polls to fix it in the future or some shit. But yeah, guys, sorry, there just hasn't been a lot of things going on in my life recently for me to talk about as far as RuneScape and stuff like that. But those two polls are really important, and if you guys haven't voted yet, I definitely recommend you guys voting. And yeah, I am back to making YouTube videos again, but my school ends on the 11th, and I'm going up on a camping trip on that day with my friends until the 14th or the 13th. And then I'm going to take the ACT on the 14th. And yeah, just a lot of fucking stress. And then I was planning on going to Florida with my friend Adam, who is basically, you know, my parkour friend, and we're basically best friends as well. And I was going to go over to his house on the 15th, but it sounds like his mom's kind of pissed off right now and doesn't want to get that going by the 15th. So I'm probably going to have a little bit more time in Minnesota before I end up going to Florida. So hopefully I'll get into video making then, but I don't know the next time I'm going to make a video, because school is being a bitch, and I don't know if I have to, like, you know, study for another test or study for finals soon or not. But I do know that school is ending really soon here, so I do need to get my shit together and just, you know, finish up the school year with a good start, because right now I basically have all A's and B's. I think I have 3 A's and 2 B pluses, and then 2 A's, 2 B pluses, and then a C in Spanish. But I'm missing like a shit ton of quizzes in Spanish, so I need to get those in. But yeah, I just need to still get my shit together and finish up school strong, and then during the summer I'll have a fuck ton more time, so I'll be making, you know, a lot more avid YouTube videos. And I'll be able to make a lot more parkour updates, because, oh my god, I'm going to be training like a motherfucker in the summer. And I'm going to get a lot of fucking awesome clips for you guys. So, expect that, guys, and I guess that's about it, guys. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you guys want to become a swole sub today, and if you guys just want to keep in contact with my account and stuff like that. I am going for max, for those of you who don't know. And yeah, just by the way, guys, I would like to just thank you for being awesome and giving me support and messaging me saying you love my videos and stuff in game. I really do appreciate that, guys. I do recommend joining my friend chat if you want to have a talk with me. There was a time where it was pretty avid, and there'd be lots of people in it and stuff. And then I've just been, you know, haven't been on much, and it kind of fell apart. So I am going to be on, try to be on a bit more. And just maybe AFK or something. I don't like the idea of AFKing whilst doing homework, because I get sidetracked so easily. But I guess I'll try to get on, like, do fishing or some shit, because I need to get 80 fishing. And yeah, just thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being awesome subscribers, and peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.